If you're a life insurance agent or financial advisor watching this video, I want to show you something that's probably going to piss you off. Here you have a traditional agent working 60-hour weeks, buying leads, attending networking events, prospecting on LinkedIn, and closing 50 to 100 clients per year at an average commission of $2,000. So that agent is making $100 to $200,000 per year, but they're likely exhausted, burned out, doesn't have family time, and feels guilty for taking time off. Here, on the flip side, you have a high ticket agent. This is an agent who's working 15 to 20 hours per week, does zero prospecting, zero cold calls, and closes 20 to 30 clients per year at an average commission of $51,000 per client. Therefore, this agent is making over $1 million per year quite comfortably with time freedom, lifestyle, and impact. These two agents are in the same industry, have the same licenses, but they have two completely different business models. And here's what's going to make you mad. The second agent isn't smarter than you, doesn't work harder than you, and probably doesn't have better skills than you. So the only difference is they have figured out how to serve business owners instead of everyday consumers. And they have figured out how to get those business owners to show up on their calendar without having to do any of the prospecting themselves. I'm Pavel Boissonneau, and over the last 5 years, my company, Fondako Media, has generated over $6.4 million in revenue, helping life insurance agents and financial advisors like you make this exact transition. And we currently deliver over 1,000 qualified showed appointments per month to over 118 agents in our program. And those agents are making anywhere from $250,000 all the way up to $3.5 million per year in commission. So in this video, I'm going to show you the complete system, how we generate the leads, how we qualify them, how we book them on your calendar, and most importantly, why this works when literally every other marketing program in our industry fails. And towards the end, I'll show you exactly how you can get started if this actually makes sense for your business. So let's dive in. Look, I'm going to be brutally honest with you about something that most people in this industry don't want to admit. The traditional life insurance business model is broken for 95% of agents. And here's what I mean. You were probably taught to go after everyday people, build a book of business, get referrals, sell term life, IULs, whole life, maybe some annuities, and basically to close as many people as possible. And if you're really good at that, you can make a decent living, maybe $100,000 to $300,000 per year if you're really hustling hard. But here's the problem with that model. You're constantly trading time for money at scale. So even if you're closing 5 to 10 clients per month, you're on a hamster wheel. The more client you get means the more prospecting you had to do, the more follow-ups, and the more service work. So you're maxed out at 60 hours per week, and you can't scale past your own capacity. Plus, the commission structure is keeping you stuck. When your average commission is $2,000 to $5,000 per client, you need a lot of volume to make real money, which means you need more leads, more appointments, more closes, and this cycle just never ends. So you're cold calling, going to networking events, you're buying leads, you're DMing people on LinkedIn, you're asking for referrals, and all of this is basically just you trading your time to find people to talk to make sales. And the moment you stop doing it, your pipeline completely dries up. Now, I'm not saying this model doesn't work for anyone. It does work for some people. But obviously, if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you want something different. You want higher commissions per client, less time spent prospecting, a more predictable pipeline, and a business that doesn't completely depend on you spending 60 hours per week in order to keep it alive. If that's the case, then good, because that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to accomplish in this video. So here's the shift that changed everything for the agents in our program. Instead of targeting everyday people who need $50,000 of term life insurance, we target business owners who are paying over $500,000 per year in taxes. And we position cash value life insurance as a long term tax mitigation and wealth building vehicle, not just a death benefit. So let me break down why this is so powerful. Think about a business owner making $2 million a year in profit and paying roughly $500,000 to $1 million in taxes per year. If they build wealth inside their corporation, they're facing corporate tax when the business makes money, personal tax when they take money out, capital gains tax when they sell, and estate tax when they die. It's a tax nightmare. Now, cash value life insurance, when structured correctly, solves multiple problems for this business owner. It builds wealth with tax efficiency, it creates a tax-free retirement income, it provides a tax-free succession plan, it protects their family and legacy. And obviously, because the numbers are so big, the premiums are also big. So the average case size we have in 2025 is $51,030 in base premium, while some of our agents actually average around $300,000 per case. So compare that to a $2,000 term life policy, and you see why the average case size changes everything. So here's what's important to understand. This is not just about getting bigger commissions. It's about serving people, specifically business owners, at a much higher level. So when you're working with a business owner who's built a $5, $10, or even a $20 million company, you're not just selling them life insurance. You're helping them protect everything they've worked for and everything they've built. You're helping them minimize their tax liability. You're helping them create generational wealth for their family. And because of this, they actually feel incentivized to buy. They see it as an investment, not an expense. So obviously, that's a completely different conversation than, hey, do you want to buy $500,000 worth of term coverage for $80 a month? And because of that, the relationship you have with your clients is different. The chargebacks are almost inexistent. The trust is different. And the money, obviously, is different as well. So before I show you how the high-ticket agent blueprint works, I need to explain why we've built it in the first place, because trust me, we didn't start here. So over the last 5 years, we've generated leads for literally every single life insurance product and strategy that's out there. From final expense to mortgage protection to IUL to annuities to disability insurance, critical illness insurance, we've generated thousands of leads for each of those categories through every channel you can imagine. Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, cold calling, LinkedIn DMs, cold emails. We've literally tested everything. And we've also tested every possible delivery model to give this value to agents. We've sold courses, communities, one-on-one coaching, done with you programs, done for you lead gen. And here's what we've discovered. None of these combinations gave at least 85% of agents the consistent revenue and profit that they were looking for. So yes, obviously, agents did succeed, but a lot also wouldn't. And when we dug into why, we found the same problems over and over again. Number one problem was the low quality leads. Most lead generation companies sell you raw leads, which means somebody who's just filled out a form, answered a few questions, and now it's your job to call them, to qualify them, and to try to book an appointment. But here's the reality. 80% of those leads have a wrong number, they're not interested, they can't afford it, or they already bought somewhere else. So you're spending hours every week calling people who will never become a client in the first place. The second problem we encountered is that even if the clients were buying marketing, even if the agents were buying marketing, they still had to prospect. Even in a done-for-you model, like a done-for-you lead program, the agent still has to do a bunch of work. You still have to respond to messages, you still have to make calls to book appointments, you still have to follow up on no-shows, which means you're still on the hamster wheel. And the moment that you stop doing that work, then your pipeline also stops. The third problem is the low average case size. So most lead generation focuses on everyday consumers and families, which means small policies, small commissions, and a volume game. So even if you're closing 10 clients per month at $2,000 in commission per client, yes, you're making $20,000 a month, which is not bad, but you're working 60 hours per week to do it, and you're probably spending $5,000 plus on leads. So your effort to profit ratio really isn't that big. And the moment you take your foot off the gas, this thing all falls apart. The fourth problem we encountered is that most marketing companies sell you a promise, not a guarantee. They'll say things like, we'll generate leads for you and you'll make a bunch of money, but they don't guarantee the leads will be qualified. They don't guarantee that they'll answer the phone. They don't guarantee that the leads will even show up to the appointment. So you're paying for leads, but you have no idea if they're actually going to turn into revenue. And after 5 years of testing, we've realized that if we're going to build something that actually works for 85% of agents or more, we needed to solve all these problems for the agents. And that's exactly what the high ticket agent blueprint does. All right, so let me walk you through exactly how the high ticket agent blueprint works, step by step. There are three main components. Number one, we book business owners on your calendar. Number two, we guarantee those business owners will show up qualified or you don't pay for that appointment. And number three, you get access to our private mastermind and support systems. So let me break down each one of those. First, we book business owners on your calendar. So over the last few years, we have built a brand that gets thousands of new followers per month. So between our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok accounts, our email newsletter, our paid ads, and our organic website traffic, we generate about 5,000 new pre-qualified business owner leads per month. And these are all business owners who are interested in cash value life insurance as a vehicle to take more money out of their business, tax efficiency, to build tax-free retirement income, to build a tax-free succession plan, or to reduce their long-term tax liability. And all of our marketing talks specifically about how business owners can use life insurance to lower their taxes. So we don't target families, we don't target everyday people, we only target business owners paying $500,000 plus in taxes per year. And then from there, we have a team of appointment setters that are doing about 50,000 phone calls per month to qualify and schedule these business owners on our clients' calendars. So when you become a high ticket agent member, there's no ad testing, there's no ramp up period. You just immediately get the appointments you paid for, booked on your calendar, guaranteed to show up, just plain and simple. Now, here's why we're different than every other lead generation company. We have been managing dozens of appointment setters and booking over 1,000 appointments per month for the last 4 years. So we can actually guarantee, and that is the second thing, we guarantee that these business owners are going to show up to their meeting qualified. We can do that because we have a proven process for contacting leads, qualifying leads, and scheduling solid appointments that actually show up. And here's the key. We guarantee the appointments show up qualified or you don't pay for them. Let me say that again. If the appointment doesn't show up, or if they show up but they're not financially qualified, then you don't pay for that appointment. That's our guarantee. Now, one more thing that is really important for you to know is that we always operate in full transparency. You're going to have access to all the call recordings from all the appointment setting calls for the leads that are booked on your calendar. So you can literally listen to the conversation that happened before they showed up on your calendar. And therefore, you know exactly what they were told, what they're expecting, and whether they're actually qualified or not. So we're not hiding anything from you. And because we're doing 1,000 plus appointments per month, our sample size is massive, which means we can optimize our process faster than anyone else in the industry. I mean, every single day, I personally sit down with our appointment setting team and we review calls for 1 hour every day. We review no-shows, we review people who picked up the phone but didn't book the appointment. We review wins, meaning people who actually showed up to the meeting qualified, and we diagnose exactly what happened on each call and what created that outcome. Then we adjust the script for all of the other appointment setters. And that's how we maintain a 70+% show rate on booked appointments. Now, if you compare that to the industry average, which is probably around 40 or 50%, you can see why our system works. And the last component, number 3, is the private mastermind and support system. Now, once the business owners shows up on your calendar, it's obviously your job to close them, and we can't guarantee your ability to close, but we can help you with that as well. So here's what you get access to as a high ticket agent member. First, a 7-pillar discovery call framework. This is our proven first appointment framework, and if you apply it properly, you're going to close 95% of your first appointments into second appointments. And we walk you through exactly how to structure that first call, what questions to ask, and how to position the next steps. Now, we also provide you with a second appointment framework, which is a presentation deck plus a framework to help you close that second appointment into an application. You also get access to our weekly mastermind. So every Tuesday, we get together on Zoom with 118 plus high ticket agents who are making anywhere from $250,000 to $3.5 million per year in commission. And we share strategies, case design tips, collaboration opportunities. We review sales calls and we update each other on wins and new cases closed. So this is a fantastic opportunity to grow your network and learn new things about tax mitigation and life insurance strategies. You also get access to a one-on-one client success manager. So you'll be assigned a dedicated CSM who's going to make sure that you have a smooth experience with us. They'll help you onboard, share best practices, answer questions, and troubleshoot any issues or concerns along the way. You also get full access to our CRM so that you can see the entire conversation history with every lead that is assigned to you. We're talking every text, email, and phone call recording that ever happened to that lead. We also are going to create a trust transfer and advisor introduction video. So before the business owners meet you, they will see 2 videos. The first one, a trust transfer video, where my business partner Joey introduces you to the business owner and explains why we're partnering with you specifically. The second video is an advisor introduction video where you'll introduce yourself, set expectations for the meeting, and tell the business owners what documentation to bring. And obviously, we have a whole script for that. We help you record these videos only once, and then they work for you in the background. They warm up every business owner before their first call with you. And the last thing you get access to is the revenue split option with top closers. So if everything above isn't making you confident enough that you can close these appointments, we can connect you with the top 2 to 3 highest closing rate agents on the program, and they can help you close your first or second case for a revenue split that you guys can agree together. So to recap, you have a guaranteed qualified appointment showing up in front of you, plus all the support you could possibly ask for in order to turn that conversation into money. All right, so at this point, you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but does it actually work? And that's a totally fair question. So let me show you some real results from agents in our program. Sam made over $1.2 million in the last 9 months working with us. Scott closed a $260,000 annual premium overfunded whole life policy. Jamal made an extra $65,000 in commission in his first 30 days by closing 2 cases. Peter closed a $45,000 and a $30,000 commission case in his first 30 days with us. Sylvain increased his commissions by $108,000 in 6 months, even though he was already making over $400,000 per year and already had a packed calendar before working with us. Anne increased her commission by $49,400 with just 2 cases in her first 50 days, even though she had very little experience working with business owners in the first place. Dan closed $50,000 in additional commissions in 90 days, even though he had only acquired clients via referrals for the past 15 years. Tanya increased her commissions by $93,000 within 60 days of working with us, completely transforming her business. And Thomas closed an incorporated dentist that paid him $250,000 in life insurance commission for a single case. So these are not outliers. These are typical results for agents who show up, follow the process, and do the work. And if you want to see more of those, we have over 130 Google reviews at a 4.7 star rating. And we're the only marketing company in the financial industry with that kind of track record. So you can look us up, read the reviews, and see what agents are saying. Because here's the thing. This is the age of transparency on the internet. So if we'd be saying all this and then we didn't deliver, we would be all over the internet for it. And there would be a bunch of bad reviews. People would be calling us out. But the reality is the opposite. We have the highest score and the highest number of Google reviews out of any marketing agency in the financial industry, period. So even third-party sources that we cannot control are validating what we say. Now, let's talk about why the high-ticket agent blueprint works better than any other marketing program in the life insurance space. The first reason is our economics actually make sense. The average case size is $51,030 in commission, but the average cost per showed appointment is only about $800. This means the average case size is 63 times bigger than the cost per qualified showed appointment. Now, if you compare that to traditional lead generation, where you're paying $50 to $100 per lead, but only 20% of those leads book the call, and only half of those actually show up, then you end up paying about $500 to $1,000 per qualified appointment that only has the potential to make you $2,000. So this math is completely broken. But when your commissions are $51,000 per case, you only need to close one case to pay for your next 60 plus appointments. And that's why it is so much easier to get high returns on your marketing investment with HTAB. The second reason is that agents don't have to prospect when they work with us. We guarantee qualified showed appointments every single week. You don't have to generate the lead. You don't have to call the lead. You don't have to qualify the lead. You don't have to book the appointments, and you don't have to make sure they show up. All of that work is done for you and guaranteed, which means there's a lot less stuff that can go wrong, and your only job is to show up and close the appointments that are in front of you. And then the third reason is we're just better operators. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. There is no secret sauce here other than what I've shared in this video. We're just better operators than everyone else in this space. We test more, we optimize more, we review more calls, we improve faster. And Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, said it best in his book, to succeed in business, you have to become a master operator. And that's what we've done. We've out-operated every other marketer in this industry. So before we talk about the next steps, I want to be really clear about who this program is for and who it's not for. Because the high ticket agent blueprint is not a show up, give us your card and sign up kind of program. It's more like a country club membership. And you might feel like you're putting a lot of trust into us, but we're also putting a lot of trust into you. Because when you come in, if you can't serve the clients that we put on your calendar, our brand is the one that's going to take the reputational damage. Or if you think that this is a get rich quick scheme and you don't put in the work, and then you go off to say we're a bunch of scammers on the internet, then that's a lot more damage to us than it is to you. So to prevent that, we want to have a real conversation with you. We want to dive into your story, understand what you've got going on in your business, and get clarity on what exactly you're looking to accomplish. And then if we've got alignment there with what we've got going on here on the high ticket agent blueprint, then we're obviously happy to give you all the final details and welcome you inside our community. So you are a good fit for HTAB if you're an accomplished agent or advisor who's already making at least $250,000 a year. If you have experience closing business owner clients and clients in general, and you're good at what you do, that's good. Obviously, you have to be licensed to sell life insurance. You also have to want to transition into serving business owners and high net worth clients. If you're tired of prospecting and you want a predictable pipeline, if you're willing to invest in marketing that actually works, and if you're coachable and willing to follow our proven framework, then HTAB is for you. HTAB is not for you if you're brand new to the industry and you don't have the sales skills yet. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, if you can't afford to invest in marketing, if you're not willing to put 10 to 15 hours per week to run the appointments and attend the mastermind, if you're not licensed or you don't want to work with business owners, or if you're expecting us to close the deals for you, then you are not a good fit for HTAB. So obviously, if you're in that second category, this program is not for you, and that's okay. But if you're in that first category and it sounds like exactly what you've been looking for, then let's talk about the next steps. All right. So here's how this works. If you're interested in partnering with us and you want to see how HTAB can help you get to the next level in your business, then go ahead and book a 10-minute find out if we can help phone call. This is not a high-pressure sales call. It's just a quick conversation to see if we're aligned. And if that's the case, then we can schedule a longer, 30 to 60-minute call where we share all the details with you. And then on that call, we're going to dive into your current business situation, understand what you're looking to accomplish, see if there's alignment, and answer any questions you have. At that point, if it makes sense for both of us, we will welcome you inside the community. Now, once you decide to move forward, here's what happens. On day 1, you'll get access to the program and the community. On day 2, you will meet your dedicated client success manager. And then it takes about 3 to 5 more days to get your first booked appointments on the calendar. So 5 to 7 days from the moment you sign up. And obviously, we've got different appointment tiers so that you can choose a level that suits you depending on your budget, your experience, and your goals. So some tiers have an appointment average case size of about $5,000, and some tiers have an average case size of $300,000. So we'll help you choose what's the best tier for you, and the pricing will match exactly how much you want to invest and how much you want to make in return. Because here's the thing, expensive marketing is marketing that doesn't work. So unless you're certain that our process works and that now is the right time for you to implement that process, then asking about the exact investment amount really isn't the right question. Because I wouldn't recommend you to invest in any marketing, whether it's cheap or expensive, unless you fully believe it's going to work. And that's why we want to have this conversation first. So look, I know this was a lot of information, but if you've made it this far, you're probably serious about making this transition. You're tired of 60-hour work weeks, you're tired of prospecting, and you're tired of small commissions and a packed calendar. You want to work less, you want to make more for every hour that you work, and you actually want to have a life outside of your business. And if you want to serve clients at a high level, business owners who actually need your help with tax mitigation and wealth building strategies, then if that's you, I definitely encourage you to take the next step. Go ahead and book that 10-minute phone call. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if we're aligned. And if we are, we would love to welcome you inside the High Ticket Agent Blueprint community. So go ahead and click the link in the description below this video, schedule your call, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.